Christ is a made-up name.
Okay, Jesus.
J didn't exist.
Let's just put all this
the
aside.
Messiah.
Yes, the Messiah.
That there was
Jesus
a Messiah.
was the Messiah.
Yes.
Okay. So what you're doing out here
is going forth for the elect.
So, but don't you think that, like, are you a Christian?
I'm what you would call a real Christian. The word Christian is actually a bad word that was put upon us in slavery in the Greeks.
So what's a real Christian?
A real Christian is a Hebrew Israelite.
Okay. Followers of the way.
No. Hebrew is our language, Israelite is our bloodline. You got to go back to Israel.
Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if we're not going to call it Christian. So in the Bible, Christian, you're right. It wasn't a word.
It's a Hebrew Israelite.
Right. Christian was not in the Bible.
No, this
Paul
is like
was a leader of the way.
Let me give you an example. Did you ever get married? Are you married?
No.
Well, if you were to get married and you would send out invitations, a beautiful invitation to all the people that you know that you want to be there. Well, what if someone intercepted that note that was a private letter and that they said, hey, look, there's a party, we're all invited. And they just showed up and started crashing your party.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened with this Bible. This Bible was only dedicated to the children of Israel, which is one nation. And what happened was it was intercepted. They took it from
who?
The heathens.
Who's the heathens?
The heathens, I got a list of heathens right here. This is all the heathen nations.
Bro, can I ask a question? Why do you think God would want to separate races?
Because there's
I don't want to be
promises.
video.
Oh, okay.
There's promises. There's promises.
What are those?
The promises are in Genesis, which every nation is promised, like Esau is their sword.
How do you feel about the fact that the Bible was written in a time and by a person who,
Not a person.
or by a man?
It was the men were holy men used by the Most High, the creator of everything, as a pencil. You know what I mean?
So
like you would use a pencil.
So it was technically written by people, inspired by God.
Yes.
Yeah.
But those people lived in a society with certain beliefs that are different from those we have now.
No, that's what's taught to you by the Christian church. I can show you very evidently.
Are you a Christian?
I study religion.
Okay.
I wouldn't classify myself.
So right here, let me show you how this doesn't change.
Are you
Let me
guys
show you how
friends?
this doesn't change.
Yeah, we're here for.
This is Genesis.
Oh, really?
This is Genesis 25,
No way.
verse 28.
Awesome.
All right. So I'm gonna show you how this
So have you
doesn't
heard of
change.
Youth with a Mission?
And Isaac loved Esau
That's what we're
because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
Thank you,
And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. They like blood. They eat the blood in the meat. That's why their name is Edom, because they pursue blood, and blood shall pursue them. You know what? Go ahead and drop that and give me Ezekiel 2.
Verse 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Ezekiel 2, verse 1. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee.
Right. And that's what we're doing. We're the only men in this city. We're standing up on our feet so that the Most High may speak to us. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 2, verse 2. And the Spirit entered into me when he spoke unto me and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel.
Do you hear that? Read that again.
And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel.
One more time.
And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel.
So, who people call Jesus Christ only came for Israelites. We just read it right now. That's why Christians are full of shit. It's because they're liars, they're blasphemers, and they're going to be destroyed. Go ahead.
To a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me.
So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians are a rebellious nation. We have rebelled against him. We break the commandments. Go ahead.
They and their father have transgressed against me, even unto this very day, for they are impudence.
Which means they're perverted. They're nasty in their minds. They're nasty the way their lifestyle is. Go ahead. They have no hold back. You know, they don't have no self-discipline. Our people are destroyed. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians are destroyed. They're like clowns. The women are whores. The men are homosexual and weak. And it's designed like that because they're destroying us. We have enemies. And we were taught to love our enemy in our slavery. Go ahead.
Children and stiff-hearted, I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thou saying the Lord our power.
Right. So we're not out here speaking our own words. We're reading out of the Bible in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Go ahead.
And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house.
Right. And you never know, those people that were standing here could have been Jake. You see, they want to hear, but then they just walk off. They don't care. And that's usually a Jake mentality. You know? Go ahead.
Yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them.
Right. But one day they're going to know. When their destruction comes, when what we just told them is coming, they're going to remember that they were told this at this time. Go ahead.
And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words. Though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell among scorpions, be not afraid of their words.
Right. And we're not afraid. This is part of that glory that we're starting to get before when Yahushua returns. We're building that faith up. And as we build up in our faith, we're going to grow stronger in the spiritual strength. That's that glory. But when Yahushua comes, he's going to bring that perfection. But right now, we're practicing righteous acts. Go ahead.
Nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house.
Right. Don't be afraid of these people. You know, and a lot of times, that's what stops men from coming out here, is they're afraid of conflict. And you know what? You got to overcome that. And, you know, if you shall overcome, you're the one that should be rewarded, you know, with life. To be delivered from that fire of those nukes. It's going to burn, man. Let that fire be your motivation to get your ass up to go to work. And work, I mean, come out here and teach this truth. There's no reason for a man to have knowledge and not be able to share it. Go ahead.
And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee.
Right? So you know what he's saying there too? He already knows that most of these people ain't going to listen, especially the Israelites. So he's already telling the prophet, I already know they're not going to listen. If they hear or they don't hear. But we're still supposed to come out here to prophesy, even if it's to the wind. Go ahead.
Be not thou rebellious, like the rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee.
And the rebellious house is Esau. Esau is a profane person. He's against the Most High. He does everything that's against the Most High. And he promotes it. Go ahead.
And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe.
Right here. That's what he's talking about. And these scriptures talk about a thermonuclear war. You know, it talks about your eyes melting in your head and your tongue evaporating in your mouth. You know, it talks about cannibalism. It talks about, I mean, everything you could imagine. This is the one that's talking about these lamentations. Lamentations means suffering, like you're crying, like if you lost a loved one. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 3, verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
And that's what we did. We ate this roll, digested this roll with the assistance of the elders, because they're the ones that lead us in the understanding of this truth. And we digested it, now we come back to regurgitate it for these dumb birds out here. You know, these dumb birds, because birds, you can't just give a bird a worm. The parent bird has to digest it, then regurgitate it back into that bird's mouth. And that's what we're doing to these people out here. They can't understand the deepness of these scriptures. You got to digest the scroll, you know, let it break down, and you let it meditate on it. Then you come out here and you regurgitate it into them. That's all they could handle. They're weak. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 3, verse 2. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll.
So he was willing, and the Most High obliged him. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 3, verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
For sweetness. Meaning, it was sweet to find out the truth about it being an Israelite. It's sweet to find out that our enemies are going to pay for what they've done to us. It's sweet to hear about how great the kingdom is going to be. You can't even imagine it. But then there's a bitter part to it. That's what a lot of people can't handle. That's what's going to separate the 2/3 from the elect. The men of the elect are going to endure this suffering even in the bitterness of it. Right?
Ezekiel 3, verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel.
Unto the house of Israel. This Bible is not for Christians. This Bible is not for Muslims. This Bible is only for Israelites. This promise is only for the children of Israel. That's why your Christian churches are a bunch of lies. And they're going to suffer that sin because they're going to be burnt up. Go ahead.
And speak with my words unto them.
And that's what we're doing. We're not speaking our words. We're speaking with his words, which are the scriptures. That's how you know who the prophets are. What are the words of the prophets? Are the same words that we are speaking. Because we're using their words, speaking them through our mouths. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 3, verse 5. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel.
Right. He didn't send them to all these other nations. He didn't send them to Americans. You know? He sent them to the house of Israel. He didn't send them to any other nation. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 3, verse 6. Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me.
Right. So we already know most of these people ain't gonna listen. But it don't hurt our feelings. We're gonna be out here every weekend that the Yahweh allows. Go ahead.
For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
Meaning all from Judah to Yashashakar, they're all just destroyed people. And they destroy themselves, and they're also destroying their own children and everyone around them. That's how wicked they are. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 3, verse 8. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant hardened than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not.
He gave us a hard forehead so that we could endure these wicked people as we stand here and proclaim the truth. Why do you think they crucified Yahushua? Because he was telling them something they didn't want to hear. Well, we're doing the same thing. And may the Lord, may we fulfill the Lord's will, whatever that will may be. Go ahead.
Neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house.
Right. Who cares how you stare us down? Who cares about what you think in your mind silently against us? Who cares? You're nobodies. All these other people are dead. They're dead. They're just like part of the movie scene. You know, they're not the stars of the movie. They're just the part of the scenery. You watch a movie and there's extras. That's what all these other people are. They're just here for extras. But the Lord is going to use them, and he's going to destroy them, and he's going to use them for that effect. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 3, verse 10. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thy heart, and hear with thy ears. And go, get thee to them of the captivity unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them.